Assalamu alaikum students. I am back with the final lecture of week number 5. In today's lecture, I am going to cover chapter number 7 of book Garrison. The title of chapter number 7 is Alternate Fuels. Uh, these are the learning outcomes of today's lecture. So I will start the lecture with the question that why there is a need of alternate fuels. Then we will study the advantages and disadvantages of alcohol as an alternate fuel. Then we will study the same points, that is the advantages and disadvantages for hydrogen, natural gas and LPG as alternate fuels. So these are the learning outcomes of today's lecture. So first we will discuss that why there is a need of alternate fuels. There could be several reasons. The first reason is that an enormous increase in number of vehicles have started dictating the demand for fuel. So you have experienced and you have observed that with the passage of time, with the increase of population, the number of automobiles, the number of internal combustion based auto, the number of uh, automobiles which are based on the internal combustion engines have been increased tremendously. So with that, there is a fear that gasoline and diesel will become scarce and most costly in the near future. So with this fear, people have started thinking for the alternate fuel. So they think that when the gasoline and diesel reservoirs will be finished, we need we should have some alternate fuels. So this is the number one motivation to go for the alternate fuels. Then currently, because of the high cost of petroleum based products, some developing countries are trying to use alternate fuels for their vehicles, like Germany, USA, European countries, and the other countries. They have started using like alcohol or biofuels, uh, electricity based on electricity produced from the solar energy. So they are trying to use these alternate fuels. Uh, Another very important motivation for the development of alternate fuels is that IC engines are polluting the environment, and the emissions caused by the internal combustion engines have motivated that people are trying to go for the alternate clean fuels, the fuels which are alternate, and they should be greener, they should be cleaner than the fossil fuels. And another motivation is that, let's suppose there is a country who does not have any crude oil reservoir, so they import the crude oil from the countries like Middle East, America, Russia, Canada, etc. So their economy, their budget, their GDP depends on on this import bill. So like if you are importing the crude oil from other countries, then you are spending a major chunk of your budget on the import bill. So countries are trying to reduce these import bills by developing alternate fuels in their own countries. So these are some motivations that that are motivating the countries to go for the alternate fuels. Let's first discuss liquid alternate fuels. In the liquid alternate fuels, the the famous option is the alcohol. So alcohols are an attractive alternate fuels because they can be obtained from both natural and manufactured sources. So alcohol based fuels can be obtained from natural resources like plants and the other uh, living organism, and then we can also manufacture artificially in the labs in the uh, by using the chemical reactions. The most promising alcohols are methanol and ethanol, which are commonly used in many countries. So let's discuss a few advantages of alcohol. These advantages are very simple to understand. So let's go through them one by one. So first advantage is that alcohol can be obtained through natural and manufactured resources. Alcohol has high octane number, like it has octane number greater than 100, so which uh, like petrol has, I think, the octane number of around 90 plus, but alcohol has octane number of greater than 1, so this is a very big advantage, so that with the octane number greater than 100 we can operate the alcohol based engine at compression ratios much higher than the gasoline based engine, and the engine performance at high compression ratio means higher efficiency, higher power output. Point number three, less overall emissions compared to gasoline based engines. So if you are using alcohol as a fuel, then the engine will emit less emissions. When burned, it forms more moles of exhaust gases, which gives higher pressure and power in the expansion stroke. So it produces more number of moles of the exhaust gases, and if we have more exhaust gases, it means more pressure will be exerted on the piston, and that forces will be transmitted to the crankshaft through connecting rod, and the power output will be greater in the alcohol based engines. Alcohol have low sulfur content, so the sulfur based emission will also be reduced when we use the alcohol based engines. Then we have also, then there are some advantages of alcohol based engines as well, like its first disadvantage is that alcohol have a low energy content, or in other words the calorific value of the fuel is almost half. So what does it mean? It means that if we want to get the same energy input to the engine as we get it from gasoline, then we need to burn twice the quantity of alcohol as we are burning with the gasoline. So we need to increase the fuel tank size. The fuel tank size should be twice than the fuel tank size of the gasoline based engine. Then we need to consume, like for example, if you are consuming 1 liter gasoline, then you need to consume 2 liter of alcohol, because because the calorific value of alcohol is half of the calorific value of gasoline. Then disadvantage number two, combustion of alcohol produces more aldehydes. So if as much alcohol fuel was consumed as gasoline, then aldehyde emissions would be a serious exhaust pollution problem. So like if we replace uh, all the gasoline based engines with the alcohol based engines, and we consume as much amount of the gasoline which is being consumed currently, then aldehyde emissions will become so much that it will cause a serious problem. Alcohol is much more corrosive than gasoline on copper, brass, aluminum, rubber, and many plastics. So, like if you are using the alcohol-based engine, then the fuel tank and the other components of the engine will corrode much faster. So, like the engine life will be reduced. It has poor cold weather starting characteristics. So, if you are using alcohol as a fuel, then your engine will get problem in the cold weather. Like if it is winter season, then in the morning it will be very difficult to start the engine. uh, alcohol have poor ignition characteristics in general, like it is very difficult to ignite the, the alcohol in general, not even in the cold weather, but overall in general the ignition characteristics of alcohol are very poor. Alcohols have almost invisible flame, which is considered dangerous when handling fuel. So, like when alcohol will be combusted, its flame will be invisible. Like you cannot see the flame. So, like when you are doing some research, when you are doing the theoretical calculation in lab, then you cannot see the flame. So when you do not see the flame, you cannot do the you cannot take the precautionary steps in a proper way. Many people find the strong odor of alcohol very offensive. Like uh, if you have if you have experience, people find the gasoline or petrol odor very attractive, but very alcohol have a very pungent odor, so people find it very offensive. And headache and dizziness have been experienced when refueling. So like when you are refueling, alcohol, so it's very offensive odor, will cause headache problem. Okay, now let's discuss hydrogen as alternate fuel. Advantage of hydrogen as a fuel is that when you use the hydrogen as a fuel, then engine emissions will be reduced considerably. Good fuels availability, like hydrogen uh, is abundantly available because there are many methods to produce hydrogen. Like you have also studied that in chemistry, that there are also some chemical reaction where hydrogen is produced as a byproduct. So there are many methods to produce hydrogen, but hydrogen is also produced in many processes as a byproduct. So hydrogen is abundantly available, so its availability is not, it's not an issue. When, let's suppose, if it is leak from the fuel tank or from the engine, then its leakage will not cause any problem to the environment, because we also have hydrogen gas in the environment. So if it goes into the environment, it will not cause a pollution. High energy content per volume when stored as a liquid. So when it is stored as a liquid, its energy content will be higher as compared to the gasoline based engine. Now let's discuss some disadvantages of hydrogen as a fuel. Requirement of heavy and bulky fuel storage. As I discussed in the last lecture, since hydrogen is a gaseous fuel and gases occupy a large volume. So like when you want to store hydrogen as a fuel in your vehicle, then you need to have a very big storage, very big and bulky and heavy cylinder. So um, it will put, like, it will increase the overall weight of the vehicle. And um, to carry that overall weight of the engine, that to and in order to carry the additional weight of the heavy bulky storage tank, you need to spend extra power of the engine to cover up that weight. Difficult to refuel and possibility of detonation. Like uh, um, you have experienced that when you go to the CNG pump, the refueling of CNG is relatively a slow process, and there is a possibility of detonation if the quality of the cylinder is not good, or if the connection is not made properly, and there is some leakage, then there will be a possibility of detonation. Poor engine volumetric efficiency, since hydrogen is a fuel, na? And what is volumetric efficiency? Volumetric efficiency is the breathing capacity or breathing ability of an engine, that how much oxygen is going into the cylinder. And when hydrogen is used as a fuel, and hydrogen is a gas, so hydrogen will occupy a large volume in the engine passages and the engine intake manifold. So hydrogen will occupy too much space, so there will be difficulty to get oxygen into the cylinder through the intake manifold. So when you are taking less oxygen, then the volumetric efficiency will be dropped. High fuel cost at present, because right now uh, uh, fuel hydrogen is not like produced commercially, no? So that is why fuel cost, hydrogen cost is relatively higher. Secondly, when you because in hydrogen there is a high energy content per volume, so its flame temperature will be higher, and when the flame temperature is higher, NOx emissions will be increased, because the NOx emissions will are dependent on the flame temperature. Higher the flame temperature, higher will be the NOx emission. So when you are using the hydrogen, overall emissions will be low, but NOx emissions will be higher. Now let's discuss the natural gas as an alternate fuel. What is natural gas? Natural gas is a mixture of methane. Like we normally have 60 to 95% methane in the natural gas, and there are small amounts of other hydrocarbon fuel. So normally natural gas is also called methane gas. Advantages of natural gas is that its octane number is 110, which is good for SI engine. That is, um its resistance to knocking is higher than gasoline, and we can operate the CNG based engine at much higher values of compression ratio. That is why you have seen that in Pakistan, many owners of the cars, owners of the buses, trucks, they are using CNG as a fuel, because they and when you talk to them, they say to you that when they run their engine, on CNG, its performance is better. So now you can technically answer that, because octane number of CNG is 110, and it is much greater than the octane number of gasoline or petrol. So that is the reason that when you are using CNG as a fuel, then it means that you can operate your engine at a much higher compression ratio, and higher compression ratio means higher efficiency and higher power output. Low engine emissions, methane is considered as a cleanest fuel, and when you burn methane as a fuel, then engine emissions are the lowest. Fuel is fairly abundant worldwide. It can also be made from coal, but the process of making it costly. So these are some advantages of uh, natural gas. Um Now let's discuss some disadvantages of natural gas. As I discussed in with the hydrogen, that when you are using the natural gas as a fuel, we need to have a large pressurized storage tank. Like those who have used the CNG based cars, they have a white color cylinder at the back in the diggy. These are the specialized high pressure storage tank where the compressed natural gas is stored. Refueling of CNG is a slow process, low energy density resulting in low engine performance. So, because it's a gaseous fuel, that is why its energy density is low. Low engine volumetric efficiency, because it is a gaseous fuel. Again, I have told you that when you are using the gaseous fuel, it is very difficult to take the oxygen, because gaseous fuel will occupy space and less oxygen will go into the cylinder as compared to the liquid fuels. So its volumetric efficiency will be low. So in order to avoid these problem, like in order to avoid the storage and handling problem, natural gas is stored at a high pressure. Then it is called compressed natural gas, and the compressed natural gas is stored at 16 to 25 bar pressure. And when you compress at much higher pressure, like 70 to 120 bar, natural gas will be liquefied, and when it is liquefied, when it is when like then it's uh, the for the phase change process, uh, and its temperature becomes like minus 160 degrees Celsius during the phase change process. So CNG is at 16 to 25 bar, and LNG, liquefied natural gas, is at around 70 to 120 bar. Oh, the natural gas, as I have told you, that natural gas can be compressed, and then it is called compressed natural gas. The CNG fuel feed system is similar to the LPG fuel feed system. CNG conversion kits are used to convert petrol driven cars into CNG driven cars. So like it's a common observation that when you want to run the petrol based engine on CNG, then you actually need a special kit, and that special kit contains auxiliary parts like the converter, mixer, and the other essential parts required for the conversion. Like I have told you that CNG is compressed natural gas, and compressed natural gas is stored at 16 to 25 bar in order to avoid the storage problem. But when you provide the natural gas to the engine, you release dead pressure. So there is a part called converter. Converter is a part through which, when the CNG passes, it reduces its pressure. So when pressure is reduced, the compressed natural gas come back into the gaseous form, and then it goes to the mixer where it is mixed with air, and the air fuel mixture is prepared, and then this air fuel mixture is supplied to the combustion chamber, and the combustion takes place. uh, this table shows the emission levels and a comparison between CNG driven vehicles and the petrol driven vehicles, and you can see that uh, uh, these are the petrol based engine. So when you use the petrol, the carbon monoxide emission is 0.92 gram per kilometer, whereas when you use the CNG, this value drops to 0.05 gram per kilometer, which is considerably low. So what about hydrocarbon emissions? Hydrocarbon emission is 0.36 gram per kilometer, and when you use the uh, when you use the CNG as a fuel, then the hydrocarbon emissions are 0.25 gram per kilometer. The NOx emissions are higher, and it is because of the fact that CNG has a higher octane number, and the higher octane number means the engine performance at higher temperatures, and higher temperatures means higher NOx emissions, because NOx emissions are dependent on the flame temperature. So now let's discuss LPG, liquefied petroleum gas. What is petroleum gas? Petroleum gas is actually propane. uh, propane and butane are also are called petroleum gas, or sometimes a mixture of propane and butane is called petroleum gas. And it is stored at high pressure. So in order to avoid the storage and handling problem, petroleum gas is stored at much higher pressure, so you compress it, so it comes into the liquid phase, and that liquid is stored in the fuel tanks, which are sealed. So let's discuss some advantages of liquefied petroleum gas. It contains less carbon than gasoline. So since it contains less carbon than gasoline, then the carbon deposit problems will be reduced, and the carbon emission will also be reduced in the engine emissions. Mixes with air at all temperatures. So LPG can mix with air at all temperature. Since fuel is in the form of vapors, there is no crankcase dilution. So petroleum gas is in gaseous form. Even if it is leak and if it goes into the engine, then it will not dilute the crankcase, and it will not cause the problem of the crankcase dilution. So what is crankcase dilution? I have discussed in the previous lecture that when we use the liquid fuel, and if the liquid fuel volatility is low, then what happens, the liquid fuel droplets will go into the engine, and it will remove, and they will remove the layer of lubrication oil from the engine parts, and they will dilute the engine parts, so their deterioration will start, their life will be reduced. Automobile can use propane if they have high compression. So like if you are using petroleum liquid LPG as a fuel, then you can operate the engine at much high compression ratio, and this value is around 10. LPG has high anti-knock characteristics. That is why and because point number 4 is linked to point number 4 5 point number 5, because LPG has high on anti-knock characteristics. That is why the LPG based engines can be operated at much higher compression ratios. Its heat energy is about 80% of gasoline, but its high octane number compensates the thermal efficiency of the engine. So like its efficiency, its calorific value is lower, but since it's operate at higher octane number, then it compensates the thermal efficiency loss. Cost saving of about 50% because its octane number is higher, 50% longer life of the engine. Now let's discuss some disadvantages. LPG produces 10% less power at full throttle because its calorific value is low. The ignition temperature of LPG is somewhat higher. So since its ignition temperature is higher, so it will cause a reduction in the valve life due to higher running temperature. And since the self-ignition temperature is higher, then we need a good cooling system, increases vehicle weight, because I told you that when you are using the LPG or CNG as a fuel, then you need a special kit, and that special kit has a weight, and the overall size of the engine will be increased, the overall complexity of the engine will be increased, and overall weight of the engine will be increased. Special fuel feed system is required. That is, I already told you. So these are the some comparison in the table form, which most of the points I have already discussed. Petrol has odor, LPG is odorless. Uh, like petrol has a smell, has a like a unique smell, but LPG is has no smell. Its octane rating is 81. Octane rating of LPG is 110. Petrol engine is not as smooth as LPG because its octane number is low, and due to high octane number, the combustion of LPG is smoother and knocking is eliminated, and the engine runs smoothly. And this thing you can confirm from the drivers who are using CNG or LPG as a fuel. So they will tell you that the engine performance is much smoother. The engine pickup is very good when they are using the CNG or LPG as a fuel. It is all because of that LPG and CNG have much higher octane number as compared to the petrol. In order to increase the octane number, petrol required lead additive. Since petrol has low octane number, so it requires lead additives, but LPG does not require any lead additives. So the mixture of petrol and air always leaks past the piston rings and washes away it is like the crankcase dilution. So there is no problem of crankcase dilution when we use the LPG. Due to formation of carbon deposits on spark plugs, the life of the plug plugs are reduced. As I already told you that LPG has low carbon content, so that is why the carbon deposits on the electrodes of the spark plugs will be reduced, and ultimately it will increase the life of the spark plug. Carburetor supplies the mixture of petrol and air to the SI engines, whereas in LPG based engine we have a special kit which has like uh, converter, mixer and other essential parts. So this diagram shows the LPG based fuel feed system. We have LPG storage tank at the rear side. This is the front view, like it is a white color cylinder, and then we have a fuel line through which high pressure high pressure petroleum gas will flow, and it will come here. And then we have the converter. What the converter will release the pressure, and it will bring the liquefied petroleum gas to the gaseous phase. And when liquid is converted into vapor phase, we need the latent heat of vaporization. When this latent heat of vaporization is absorbed from the surrounding air and the surrounding engine, and sometimes what happens, the engine reaches to the freezing temperature. So in order to avoid this phenomena, we circulate the cooling water. So what happens when the converter releases the pressure, like the converter drops the pressure, the LPG uh, converted into gaseous phase from the liquid phase, and the heat is absorbed from the surrounding water, and the water gets cooled, and then this water is again heated up from in the heater. So we also have a vacuum filter, so that if there is any dust particle in the fuel, we can stop it in the filter, and then it is supplied to the converter. And then we have the LPG propane carburetor. So in this way the LPG based vehicle works. So sometimes we ask in the question that illustrate the typical LPG propane fuel feed system. So students, please note that when we ask that illustrate the typical LPG propane fuel feed system, then you only need to draw this diagram, because illustrate means you need to explain with the help of a diagram. There is no need to write this explanation. But when we write that please explain the typical LPG propane fuel feed system of an automobile vehicle, then you need to write this theoretical explanation. So and you also need to look at the number of the marks of a question. If it is if it is a 3 or 2 mark question, then you need to write it very briefly, concisely. But if it is of like 8 marks or 10 marks, then you need to write it in detail, and you need to draw the diagram as well. Okay, so it was a brief lecture on the alternate fuels. We have discussed the possibility of using alcohol, hydrogen, compressed natural gas, and LPG as the alternate fuel. We have discussed their several advantages and disadvantages. So I hope you have understood to this lecture. So if you have any query, you can ask in the WhatsApp group on, and we can also discuss the relevant queries in the live session. So uh, so right now I say you Allah Hafiz, see you next time.